And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is not a test. This is the real thing. The Ponies took over the multiplayer podcast. Don't know what happened, but I'm in charge now. I'm like that black dude in that movie. I'm the captain now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring you to the holy light. Now I'm just fucking with you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everything, man? This is your boy Porter Rock 77. I'm hosting the multiplayer podcast this week. The Bot Father's doing big things with big people. Something with Project Scorio Dead Kid, and us minorities weren't invited. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold this down in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I got two guests to kick off, and more will be joining in. But we started off with my boy All Day Video Theory was good.
What's good, everybody? Let's get the show started. Talk these topics, man, whatever they are. Hey, if you guys got any topics in the comment section, let us know too, man.
Okay, cool. And then we also got, T Reaper, you know what I'm saying? The guy who beats games in less than 5 minutes. I don't know how he does it.
Let's go down, everybody. I am not dead. I am still alive. I have just been relocated. This is my home now.
You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know, a game comes out at midnight, T Reaper already beat it at 12:05. I don't know how he does it. I honestly don't know, but that's just how he rolls and stuff. But we're gonna start and talk some topics and stuff. Okay, what was the first topic we want to talk about? Oh, PS5 rumors in 2018. So what you guys think about that? You know what I'm saying? All day, what do you think about that? Or T Reaper, go ahead.
Go ahead, Reaper. Go ahead.
I don't see it coming out in 2018, and you have everybody from Randall Thor to everybody like speculating, is this going to come out in 2018? I just don't see Sony basically going to the piggy bank and pushing another 60 million out the window right when they just did the PS4 Pro and the Slim less than 6 months ago. I don't see them doing that. Now the God of War thing is a little bit more believable, but how that will actually shape up to Destiny, we don't know yet. But I'm guessing Destiny will outsell God of War.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, well we'll move down to that topic. But All Day, what you think about this whole PS5 2018?
I mean, not everything needs every action doesn't need a reaction. You know what I mean? Like just because Scorpio's coming out, it's gonna be powerful, doesn't mean PS5 is coming out, bro. I say 2020. Let's enjoy the games that's coming out, man. I don't see why would you want to rush and spend more money. Right away. Scorpio's around the corner. Oh, there's too many games to be worried about a console. Yeah. Another one on top of what you got on top of the PS4. Maybe a PS4 Pro Slim. I can see that. But or maybe some different color SKUs. But I don't think another system will come out. I say 2019 at E3 we'll get an announcement.
Okay. Well, what you think causes traction? Because I'm like, there's some fanboys I follow, whatever, just to see what's in the know. Some of them didn't bring this up, but I noticed there was one article that started it, and then you know how it is when one person writes an article, everybody copies it, right? And then it's goes to M4G and all that stuff. Why do you think it's starting this hysteria with 518? Is it because of the Pro? Maybe it didn't really pan out, or are people just trying to fuel the fires of the console war and shit?
I think it's the console wars, man. I mean, you don't want to be on the short end of the stick, you know what I mean? You want to have the equivalent to your competitor or better, And some people just don't like taking loss. I mean, not saying a loss, but just don't want to be behind in a power struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just see, the media, most of the media, PlayStation fans anyway, or they just like both, or they just want the best for both. You never know. It can go anyway.
What do you think, T Reaper? You think this is the media's attempt to continue the console war?
I think it's an attempt to damage control the Scorpio.
Okay. Go ahead. Elaborate.
Well, you can't really. Well, the easiest way to basically combat the Scorpio coming out would be, there's a PS5 coming out. Let's now, Pony. Let's all not go depression mode yet, because we will have a new system in less than a year. So, but I don't see Sony wasting money on doing that, because they just legitimately brought out 2 pieces of hardware last year. So what's why would they bother wasting cash on doing that? And plus they're in the lead, so there's no reason for them to even do that. And they're in the lead by such a large margin that it doesn't really matter.
I completely agree. Because releasing new hardware, you have to do the research and design, and then who's going to manufacture it? I don't see Sony manufacturing.
And you're not going to beat 4K 60. You're not going to beat that, because the thing that beats that is 8K, and that's nowhere near close to basically coming out to the public.
Yeah, that's
hey, for nothing else, instead of worrying about the PS5, how about dropping that price on the PlayStation VR?
I think that was what Sony. I mean, Sony pushed it out, so they have to support it some way. I think that's the key. Because $5.99 for that, I'm like, I'm not paying $600.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
You know what, Puerto Rock?
I think
Honestly,
it's $4.99, right?
hey, if that thing can match the price of the PlayStation 4 Pro, then maybe. You know what I mean? $3.99, $3.49. That's cool.
That's even
I'd get
hard.
one.
Even that's a little hard. Because like what games like all right, so let's say if you pay $3.99 for the full suite, what would you be playing on it?
Job Simulator.
What is it? Job Simulator?
That Batman VR.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think like Resident Evil.
Where is he?
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Resident Evil is a good choice.
Yeah, I think there's a few, but it's here's my thing, and I always said this about, and this goes to any like third party, no, not third party, but any aftermarket peripheral. The hard part about these items like the Kinect or Move or Sega CD and now PlayStation VR, the hard part about these things is getting the support. Because let's say if us three are developers, right, and we're gonna make a AA or AAA game, whichever one we could afford.
Right.
Why would we, me, you, and T Reaper, us three, make an exclusive VR game that only has a fan base of 1 million people because 1 million people bought it?
Right.
And we can make a game for 60 million PlayStation 4 owners.
The odds are better,
Yeah, the odds are better of our game being a success when we focus on the console and not on the peripheral, you see? And that will always be the crutch.
All right, what about this? What about if we see a lot of more free to play content? I think that would help out a lot.
That probably will help, yeah, free to play content.
Or just real cheap games like $3-4. You know what I mean?
What I see is more games like kind of like what EA did with Star Wars. You have the DLC of fighting in a TIE fighter or whatever, X-Wing fighter, but then you enable it with VR. Or what Capcom did. You have the game, but you can also play it in VR. I think that was what you do.
Like they would have it to extend your experiences when you play in the game.
Yes, what I mean? but you won't see exclusives, and exclusives or games dedicated to VR is what will sell the peripheral.
Or what they could do is do a subscription service for VR. Pay like $20 a month, you get access to a big library of VR games. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be
or they could just show that it's worth buying and worth investing in.
Yeah, it's just hard, but at that $4.99 price point, it's a
hard chunk to bite, man. Yeah.
When you think about it, If
it is the cheapest VR though. It is the cheapest one.
That's true. Yeah, because
how much is 5?
The 5 is like 6, right? But I think I heard they were supposed to develop a cheaper, more. You know what I'm saying?
Oculus is like in the 800s. That shit is expensive.
Oculus is dead, I think, bro. People are not supporting that.
I've been hearing that Sony was working with Oculus. What I'm thinking, it seems like if this VR industry really wants to be successful, they're gonna have to work together. They can't get into competition with each other.
Nah, they can't because the technology is too new.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pool their resources and you know what I'm saying? Because at this page, it's not that big. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not enough. You guys only been on the market for 2 years, 3 years almost. So.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I think maybe the most successful is the Samsung one, and that's only because it's like $50, and you use your phone. You ever seen that one? Yeah, any of y'all ever played that one?
What, the Samsung VR?
The Samsung, yeah, the Gear VR.
Have you?
I've seen that on commercials like nonstop.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty decent. Hey, Resurrection, yeah, we live, man. Click on the link. This dude is high on cocaine, man.
Wow.
My man,
sugar booger.
Yeah, jump on. Fucking my man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. So what I said. So we just finished talking about PS5. Not happening. I don't think it's gonna happen. So what's the next one? What we want to talk about? Fucking.
Let's talk about the Call of Duty stuff.
The Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah.
I don't know why people are mad. Like they wanted that. That's what people actually asked them to do, and then they did it, and then you get all pissed off about it.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, so over the last week or so, maybe whatever. A lot of gamers are pissed off that there's going to be females in Call of Duty World War II. Some claiming that it's not accurate, it's not historical, it's going to feel weird, the experience is going to be jaded and all that stuff. And it's just weird because these are the same people hoping that this game is going to have zombie mode. Excuse me? I don't remember the Germans having zombies. I think they didn't attack the Allied forces with zombies, so you know what I'm saying. So
they pretty much confirmed that zombie mode in that reveal section when they show the zombie on the screen. But we don't know what the zombie mode is, and we don't know what what it entails and stuff like that. But they pretty much confirmed zombies for this game. It's just a matter of how they're going to implement it.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what you call it. That's what I'm saying though. They have no problem with zombies, but they're gonna have a heart attack with a female. See, gamers gotta realize, gaming have traditionally been a male-dominated entertainment. It's been primarily boys. It's been a boys fucking club, right? But now there's a lot of girl gamers, and they gotta get something out of this. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get something that they can relate to.
And I don't really think that having a girl in the game and it's not authentic. Like, come on, bro. Be able to pick a male and female is not going to really alter your gaming experience with that narrative. You know what I mean? You're still going to enjoy the game, and people get to play it for the personal perspective they're comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what?
You know what I'm saying? Well, fucking hold on. I'm going to invade Jay Sentries.
Jay Sentries is going to a movie right now, so you're not going to actually reach him.
Ooh, what? Going to a movie?
Yeah, they got intel?
Yeah, I was just talking to him. He's going to Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, so he's not going to be. Come on.
Oh, he just texted me. He just linked me. Where's my link, ho? And stuff. Yeah. He just messaged me. Where's my link, ho? All right, motherfucker.
Okay, he was the one that said he had to go see a movie.
Oh, he was going to see Guardian Galaxy and shit like that. Yeah, so it's just weird. What you would call it? This whole female thing. What is it? Is it because of that whole Gamergate that happened like 2 years ago? You know what I'm talking about?
I think it's about the same time as we that whole issue around ghosts, because that's when they first introduced female COD players. That was the first time they did that, and then there was a huge uproar back then too. So I think it's just the same thing over again. But this is what people wanted. I mean, it's not like they didn't want this, but they're only bitching because it's not historically accurate, which I think you can honestly go suck on it.
That's just weird, man. I think this is like reminiscence of that whole Gamergate, SJW, and all that crap. And now we're stuck with this stupid battle that's pointless. Because gaming is make believe. It's meant to be, a little bit fantasy. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so good about gaming. Is you're doing things that's not realistic. I remember I seen a post or a comment when they were talking about females, and somebody says if you really want a realistic Call of Duty, then the game, once you die, the game shuts off and you can never play it again. Because that's what happens. You get no regen. So as soon as you play the game and start it, you get killed. That's it. The game gets corrupted. That's it. Game over. Can never play it again. You're dead. Good job. I'm
looking forward to that campaign challenge with no health regen. Just having to go straight to a medic and get healed. That should be interesting. Should take longer to do it too. Or
I heard they did some other gameplay things like you can't pick up ammo from the ground. You need to request it from your squad and stuff like that. So it's very
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so that you can't just easily pick up weapons from the ground.
It's gonna be battle. It's gonna be Battlefield. Again.
It's a more difficult, more challenging. They put in more challenging aspects and shit. No health regen, and stuff. You need a medic to, and that's pretty cool. Add a little challenge and stuff. I think so.
Yeah, I think we do. What up, Jay?
Jay Sentries, aren't you supposed to be at a movie?
T Reaper. I said I was going to go get ready for the movies. I didn't tell you what time the movie was. It's at 9:30. Is it 9:30 yet, son?
No, it's actually
like husband and wife.
Okay, then.
Okay. Oh shit! Where's my tickets?
Where's your tickets at the goddamn movie theater?
What's going on, Jay? What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. No, I am going to go see that movie at 9:30. It's going to be pretty good though, from everything I've been hearing.
Oh shit! I'm looking forward to it. I might see it this weekend then.
Oh yeah, bro, go see it, bro. I've heard some good things about it.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so
it really sucks though that movie came out like a few days over in the UK before it come out over here.
Okay. Oh, it was already out in the UK?
Yeah, it was already out in the UK. It was already out in the UK and other areas before it came to the US.
Shit, that shit might be on Cody already.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
It might be.
Oh shit. Damn, fucking so welcome to the
Jay, what do you think?
Oh yeah, well we talked about this yesterday. Well, since this is a new topic, new podcast, what you be thinking about the females in Call of Duty? You think gamers are a bunch of whiny assholes and shit, or does that
res the link? Because he.
I think they are complaining for no reason.
I think people are overreacting for no goddamn reason. It's just a female in a video game.
I agree. I don't see a big deal. You know, especially if you want zombies and shit. The fuck you want? Yo, if you want historical accuracy, read a book. This is gaming. You know what I'm saying? Just go read a book. This is about gaming. You know, it's about having fun and talking shit. And again, there's a huge rise in female gamers. They are pouring in their money. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta.
Yeah, it's almost dead even.
Yeah, you got
from that chart I showed when I was talking with MVP. I think the percentage margin's only like 9% off.
Yeah. So some people say it's this liberal SJW shit. I'm like, no, it's Benjamin Franklin. You know, females are paying the money. They're paying the DLC. They're buying the games. They're playing them. So gotta go after that money. It's always about the Ben.
Hold on, like this is what I don't get. You have some of the biggest female YouTubers are Call of Duty.
Yeah.
YouTubers. I mean, what's it called? XX Sniper Wolf. You got fucking Vega. You got the people from that Lux Gaming that Zoe Berger just made. They're all Call of Duty fans.
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't they have a female gamer in there?
That's true. You know, gotta appease them. That's where the money's at and shit. All right. So fuck it. We killed this topic. Yo, so what's the next topic we're gonna talk about? Oh, fucking God of War. Supposedly rumors September. That's the rumor. What do y'all think? If that
comes out around any other Microsoft exclusive, it kills it.
What happened? If it comes out, what?
I said if that comes around any of the Microsoft so-called exclusives for this holiday season, it's gonna kill it.
Oh shit! So let's say if Sea of Thieves comes out in September. Sea of Thieves versus God of War.
It will kill it because here's the reason why. It's not because of the games. It's because God of War has a bigger following. So if you tell me right now that I have $60 to spend on either Sea of Thieves or God of War, I would buy it on God of War.
Oh shit!
What's the truth?
I'll buy both.
How about TV? But let's say if you only buy.
Hold on, T-Reaper.
You got $60.
What you're considering is you're considering yourself, right? You're not considering the average gamer. A lot of the times, the average gamer will only pick one.
No, we're gonna fuck with TV.
The other one cheaper.
TV, so if you got $60. That's all you got, and you're in the store. You get these on one side, God of War on the other. You can only choose one. Yo, just the fact that you just did that, that's more than
that tells you right there.
I already said
that's kind of a hard decision because on the one side I have the multiplayer that I've been preaching, and then the other side is a single player experience that I'll probably beat in 10 hours.
Yo, let's get into that though in a minute, man. Talking about multiplayer is the only thing that really matters when it comes to actual games.
To me, that's honestly all that does matter.
But see, that's an opinion. That video was based on an opinion. It wasn't based on anything else.
True, but your trolling was getting annoying, so I decided to make a video on it.
It's true though, man. Look, if Microsoft wants to
I already have someone actually agreeing with me. I have someone already actually agreeing with me too, which is kind of funny. I don't even know who that person is.
But like I said, if Microsoft wants to succeed in this gaming market, they need more games in other genres besides heavily focused multiplayer games. Because with that, they have no identity.
They need a good third person, huh?
Yo, all day, what you think?
God of War, I think Q1 2018.
I agree.
You know
I still think in March.
All day.
What up?
Let's ask that question. If you had $50 and you had to choose between Sea of Thieves or the Xbox exclusive towards God of War, what would you pick?
Yeah, I can answer that.
I mean, why would I ever pick Sea of Thieves over God of War?
Well, no. I'm just saying. Okay, let's use the biggest one this year, which is Crackdown 3, right? If you had to choose between Crackdown 3 and God of War, which one would you pick?
It depends what side of the bed I woke up on that morning.
Oh shit.
I'd probably
pick Crackdown.
You know what? I'll probably pick Crackdown. And only reason why, because I beat all the God of Wars. You know what I mean? And after Crackdown, I can probably play God of War later. You know what I mean? You know what? Fuck that.
Yo, Porter Rock, I hear some major damage control right now.
Nah, God of War, bro. Just because I want to see what's up with that new camera angle and everything. I mean, I completely had amnesia real quick. I forgot how trash Crackdown 2 was.
Yeah.
But then I could counter my own self. I could counter my own self because Ascension wasn't that good either. So,
but here's the thing: like we said this, me and you and a couple other guys and a few other podcasts. If it wasn't for the technology inside Crackdown, will we even give a fuck about Crackdown coming out this year?
Fuck no, hell no.
So like. And that's what I'm saying. Microsoft, if you look at Microsoft's lineup this year, and everybody knows I'm an Xbox guy to an extent. Microsoft's lineup this year is kind of weak from what we know.
This bro is weak as fuck.
Yeah, and like no one's willing to admit that. Like me and T Reaper went round and round for a couple of hours on this because I was pissed off today because I seen the shit with fucking what's it called, Phantom Dust, and I'm like, this is a fucking scam. Microsoft's basically ripping everybody off.
And my thing is, why give a shit about Phantom Dust to begin with?
I've never played Phantom Dust.
Well, I never cared. I didn't care about it.
No, it's not okay. It's not about T Reaper. Like I said, it's not about the game. It's about what the practice is. If you see what they're doing in the game, like if you listen to that interview, they're talking about adding DLC and microtransactions inside the game, right? A 2003 game that they didn't even have the source code to actually do a proper remaster, and you're gonna add fucking extra content into the game that we have to pay for. That's nothing but a money pit that they're trying to make right there.
How old is the original game of that, like Phantom Dust?
It's 2003. Yeah. It came out 2003.
Jesus Christ.
They couldn't properly remaster the game based off the Polygon interview because they don't have the original source code for the game.
Yeah, the Xbox Japan studios, they lost it or some shit, or they never found it.
They lost the source code. But here's the thing that I don't get. But they're willing to put microtransactions into the game for cards, and they're willing to put extra fucking DLC content, and people are going to accept that.
Yeah, they should just make a big collection, like a big bundle, by just like giving everything.
No. If you don't have the original source code, scrap that project. You should have came out with the reboot like you said you were going to do anyways.
Yeah.
They probably should have
come out this year to build up fucking hype for the game so they can engage the audience so they can find out if there's a warrant reason to actually make an actual reboot.
Here's my thing though.
Add nothing but microtransactions in it.
Zayr's mad about it though. He's mad. He's like, this is bullshit.
Dude, it is straight fucking bullshit.
It's not right.
Yeah, here's the problem with that. Trying to use a 2003 game with today's audience, the standards changed, you know?
Yeah.
The gameplay changed. They should have done a full remake and then use the remake to gauge the audience. You can't use a game from 14 years ago.
And you can't sit there and you use a game from 14 years ago and then add microtransactions in it and think it's fucking cool.
I've never played it, so the people who've never played it, it'll be good for them.
But yeah, you know what? By them saying it's
a loss for people who
a lot of microtransactions and all that, bro, I'm pretty sure the game might be free to play.
Next gen's trolling the comments section.
Yeah, I see him trolling the comments. I don't know if it's free to play, man. I mean,
it'll probably be less than $20.
I doubt that. I think they'll put it at like 40.
You think so?
And
$40.
I think they'll do like this is just me speculating. This is what I think they'll do. They'll put it at $40. They'll include the extra DLC for that $40 bundles, and then the microtransactions are supposed to be for like if you want to buy extra deck cards and stuff like that. Right, and I think that's how they'll carry it.
Yo, going back to that God of War, what you guys were talking about, if God of War came out in September, I'd be so happy because that's the game I've been waiting for like shit since the third one came out.
Oh shit!
God of War.
I love God of War. If that comes out this holiday, that kills every Xbox exclusive Microsoft has.
I don't even care about that. I don't care about I just want to play good games on both sides. Like the God of War is just something that's like I was playing that thing which is on the PS2. Like that's a good childhood memory game for me.
You do realize it's not the same Kratos, and you do realize.
Oh, I know. That doesn't matter.
It's still the same Kratos. He's just in a different location.
Yeah.
No, the actual Kratos is dead. This is a new one.
No,
they said no. They're saying it's the same Kratos.
Yeah,
Kratos
can't die. He's like a demigod. That motherfucker can't die.
Yeah, he can't die, bro. Like what? Look at the fucking shit on his head, bro. You really think that's the same Kratos with the same markings and everything?
There's no way. I mean, the voice is changed.
He died at the end of 3.
Dude, if you played it on the hardest difficulty though, you see that he crawls away. Swear to God, look it up. Look up the ending on the hardest difficulty.
It's the same.
At the ending, you see fucking footprints in blood.
Mm. Oh, you're talking about what? In
God of War 3. If you play on the hardest difficulty, you see him actually. You don't see him walk away, but you see like bloody footsteps. So you know he crawled away somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did crawl away. Yeah.
And then it ended. That's on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, that's like
It's
trying
a
to
fucking video game.
Yo, God of War is Sony's Mario. There's no fucking way they're gonna kill off a demigod and just kill off.
It's
No
the same
way.
thing with
There's
Master
no
Chief.
way.
There's no
Yeah,
way
they're never gonna kill off Master Chief. There's a reason why they don't show Master Chief's face, because you are Master Chief. That's the whole goal. They want you to actually feel like you are Master Chief.
Yeah.
You know, so there's just no way. They're never gonna kill off Mario. It's never gonna happen, ever. It's just the way it is.
They'll put them on the sideburners. They'll have some reason why they're not around for a while, but they'll never kill off the characters.
No, they'll you know, it's like look at Snake. Look at Solid Snake. They never killed him off, even though he fucking got old and he got young and then he got old again. Like, come on, it's like
there's like 50 replicas.
it's crazy. They're not gonna do that.
No, but now that franchise is gonna go to shit though without Kojima.
You know what it is?
I'm gonna cry when that day.
It
happens.
has to go. To shit.
No, but if it's true about God of War 3 coming out with the rumors of Spider-Man coming out this year, PlayStation's got it.
You know what it is?
I just don't see it happening though.
If they release God of War 4, they release Days Gone and Spider-Man all in this year, you got my money, Sony. I'd be fucking happy as shit.
I don't see that happening because
I don't see it happening either. But if that is all true, that's a killer lineup.
That's the best lineup I've seen so far in Sony in PS4.
Yeah, I think they're gonna
definitely be a killer lineup.
Yeah, it will be a killer.
They're already saying Days Gone is actually going really smooth. They hired like an extra fucking 400 people.
Oh no, yeah. So no, the studio tripled in size and they moved them to a new facility.
That's great.
Tony Ben Studio. That's fucking booked out.
Right, Red said he's on his way home now.
Who?
Resurrection. He said he almost home.
Man, he had to pick up his medicine.
I think the only thing that owns my money is God of War, and that's the only thing that.
Oh, for sure. Even the people who are like hardcore Xbox fans are gonna pick up God of War.
Let me ask you this: since God of War is not known for his multiplayer, it's single player. What made God of War such a big attraction for you guys?
It's the killing combos. It's how you kill the enemies. How you rip the guy.
I like the whole background setting.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't play God of War until after I played Dante's Inferno, which I don't know if y'all remember that game.
Yeah, I remember that.
I fucking love Dante's Inferno. So like after I played Dante's Inferno, one of my buddies told me about God of War, and that was the reason why I even picked it up.
Oh shit!
Because he was like, if you like Dante's Inferno, you would like that.
Setting of it.
Oh yeah,
but now that it has a different background setting, I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Well, Dante's Inferno is actually based off the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 9 Circles of Hell and shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this God of War, that rumor has it that they're saying that this God of War is based off of, yes, Kratos, but it's gonna leak off to his son. Like it's gonna show how his son grows up and becomes a man supposedly, and then it's gonna just move on towards his son, and then.
So is that confirmed that it's actually his son though? Because like,
that's his son.
Who did he have the kid by then?
We don't know yet.
Don't you remember the mini games? You've been fucking everybody.
I know you've been fucking everybody, but I'm just wondering who's the next love interest.
Oh shit, I don't know. We'll probably figure it out, and she probably died too and shit.
Maybe it's Pocahontas. Who the fuck knows?
I don't think. I don't think Sucker Punch's new IP.
Yeah, somebody wrote in the comment section if they say, "Yo, Puerto Rock, do you think Sucker Punch's IP is coming out this year? 3 years?
No, I don't think so.
Probably not. Yo, when you think about it, Sony has a lot of fucking shit on their plate right now in terms of what they have in development. Like right off the top, I'm thinking you got God of War, right? God of War, Detroit, Spider-Man, Days Gone, The Last of Us 2.
Oh man, Last of Us. I'm playing Last of Us. I'm getting into Last of Us 1. I never played
I don't
it.
think
Last of Us 2, Deathman Stranding,
Gran Turismo, Death Stranding. Like when the fuck?
I think Death Stranding will launch with the new place, the PS5, bro.
Yeah, fucking the way Kojima takes forever.
We ain't seeing PS5 for a while. That's not happening.
It'll be a launch game.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we all know that. Go to the PS5 thing. Like literally, everyone knows it takes billions of dollars and years, not more than 3 years, like 7 years to really get a console right.
Yeah, they need to do all the R&D for it.
Yeah, it takes marketing, it takes directing, it takes counseling. There's tons of fucking math that's involved with this shit. It's the fact that we're gonna get 2018 to PS5. There's no possible way.
That basically means if that's actually true, that they were working on it at the same time they were doing the Pro,
or the same time Scorpio was announced. Who knows?
But the PS4, they started developing the PS4 a year after PS3 launch in 2007.
Yeah, that takes a while.
1 year, yeah. 1 year after they hired Mark Cerny, and because he had like a little keynote speech.
Yeah, but
They said they hired him.
but that's what I'm getting at. If it's true about them doing the the PS5, right? Then that means they've been working on it for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
but
they
even
were.
then, 4 years is still not enough.
Yeah, no, but the PS4 Pro that was already planned. Cerny was
that was like
back to back.
Here's what makes me laugh: the guy who predicted the PS4 Pro and the PS4 Slim was like he acted like he was the first guy to predict those things when we were even talking about before that guy even predicted that shit. Like we're gonna come out with another smarter or faster PS4 revision, like a recustomized PS4. And now this guy is stating that PS5 coming out in 2018. When you really look at it, it's like it's like 7 years. I say 2019 is when they announced it at E3, and then in 2020 holiday season is when you'll get the new Xbox and a new PlayStation. They have to come out around the same time. Sony realizes and Microsoft realizes that okay, we can't release our systems a year apart from each other, or that we can't release it like. It has to be in the same month, or at least a month after in that same year. You know what I mean? It can't be a year apart from each other, and it can't be 5 years after PS5 or PS4. It has to be in the right timing. Like timing is everything. It's key. You know what I mean? And it's really how you talk to the people about your new brand, because people are still playing PS4. 5 years into the making of PS4, you know what also confuses me? It's like Sony predicts they're going to sell 18 million in 2018. They're going to get 18 more million PS4 sold. So that's 78 million right there in 2018. And what the hell? Where does PS5 coming from? It just doesn't. The rumors don't make sense. It seems almost like it was just put there as filler to like combat with the Scorpio hype. That's all.
It's good.
It sounds like someone's just hoping that, man, so they can pretty much, like you said, combat the Scorpio. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
it's good.
I don't want it to happen. I respect Sony enough to say, like, listen, let them take their time. This is something you got to take your time on. Same thing with another Xbox. We know another ninth generation Xbox is going to be there. They already working on it after Scorpio. They've been working on it even before Scorpio. That's a different team that Phil Spencer said, but. There'll be a ninth generation. Will there be a PS5? Absolutely. Will there be another Xbox? That's definitely going to happen. It's the fact that timing is everything, and if you give something so short for a console that's already making big money, it's going to be like Porter Rock said, like a Sega. It's going to happen all over again. Like a Sega. Like what happened to Sega? We don't need that to happen, because it's not fun. A life without Sony is like a life without Nintendo. You know what I mean?
I want Microsoft to see, because you can't, like, if Microsoft doesn't do anything well, then Sony has a monopoly.
Of course.
And you don't want them to have a fucking monopoly at all.
They turn to shit.
You know what it is? I think both these companies do two things great. Whereas Sony knows how to do really good single-player exclusives and make beautiful stories, beautiful characters. They make you want more. Whereas Microsoft does good in the multiplayer era in their single player games and gives you a lot of value to keep on playing them over and over again.
Yeah, I've said this before.
That's great.
Reaper said the same thing. Like Microsoft is specifically around like great multiplayer experiences, and Sony's great for one thing, and that's pretty much having like a good single player experience.
Yeah, which is why
Microsoft having both. Been well in like the competitive scene, and Sony's been done well in the competitive scene when it comes to fighters.
Now, let me ask you guys this. With Xbox and multiplayer, right over. This gen, what has Microsoft really done in terms of multiplayer from their first-party studio perspective?
Really just Halo 5. That's it.
What you guys saying? I say, you know what? I
mean, well, if you want to add that they actually finally got into the fighter genre with Killer Instinct. Yeah, that was one thing that Microsoft was always lacking with like heavily competitive multiplayer games, was they were lacking fighters in the console space.
You know, well, they didn't need to, because every fighter was mostly third party. So
because Sony doesn't even make an exclusive first party. I mean, they used to have battle.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to be like, if you want to say exactly what they've been like, they needed, that would probably be the best. is they have their own exclusive fighter.
Nah, what they
Good
need
writers.
is what they
Good
need
writers
is a
they
third.
need.
Yeah, they need good writers and they need a good third person.
No, he's talking about just multiplayer. He said,
Multiplayer.
"What do you think?"
Oh,
that they
okay.
have-
Because you know how everybody's saying Sony does the first party, with Horizon Zero Dawn, this stuff,
Right.
and Xbox, Microsoft does the multiplayer. Why has Microsoft specifically done this gen in terms of multiplayer?
They just rehashed the same old multiplayer.
And that's what I said. Like, if you want to be technical, the only thing that they really done is Gears and Halo, and maybe fucking Forza. But I mean,
they've been doing that.
New is bring out what's it called, KI.
Matter of fact, the only new thing they almost did was bring out Fable Legends, and that didn't happen.
You know, it would have been really nice if they integrated cooperative play or even multiplayer with Sunset Overdrive.
Fable Legends.
That would have been nice.
If they would have did Fable Legends right, and I say this all the time, they would have had their own League of Legends and Dota. If they would have implemented that right and actually dropped the Fable name and made that its own IP, they could have got a huge part of the Asian market with that, because that's what most of the Asian market likes is like MOBAs and
like battle arenas.
Isn't League of Legends huge in Asian market?
But League of Legends has 100 million players active every day.
Jesus Christ!
It's one of the largest games.
That's in China?
No, that's it. That's worldwide.
Jesus Christ!
The fuck do you do in that game?
You've never played League?
I hate it.
League of Legends is like it's a superhero.
It's a really heavily competitive game. So like if you're not into like heavily competitive skill based games, you won't really like it.
Is it on PC? It's based off of PC, right?
It's only on
Yeah,
PC.
it's based off PC.
That's
Man,
why I don't
And more that PC Master Race bullshit.
know.
It's not my fault you can't handle that shit, son.
I'm playing. That's what's
I
up.
used to play PC way back in the day before this shit was even crazy like it is today.
No, but League of Legends is a MOBA. Basically, the way League of Legends works is there's 3 main lanes. You have 5 people playing. You have 2 down bot lane, 1 in mid lane, and 1 in top lane, and then 1 jungler. The jungler goes in between the lanes and tries to gank or something like that. As the mid laners, mainly like your range mage character, your top laner is your tank. Your bot lane is support with an ADC, and it's really heavy. Like if you ever watch competitive League, it's really heavily like mind focused, like mind games, and mainly based off like math. Like you have to understand what each opponents and everything do.
It's like Sudoku on crack.
Yeah,
Damn.
to an extent, but like it has like if you look at the numbers, it makes the most money out of video games right now, and it makes it has the largest fucking fan base next to like Counter-Strike or Dota.
Why not bring it to like the consoles? That would be fucking great.
Because the company that makes League of Legends, they don't like consoles, and that game you have to have the precision of a mouse and keyboard with it.
Well, you can always integrate mouse and keyboard with a console.
Yeah, you could integrate a mouse and keyboard with the consoles, but most like that game, like if you go play that game, especially someone that's never played PC and never understood it, you will jump off that game quicker than anything.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if
because it has such a huge learning curve, because you have to like there's 136 characters, and each character plays differently. So every time you play the game, you may usually play on the same map. But every time you play the game, with a new character, you're basically playing a whole new type of game. And then you have to understand metas. You have to understand all this different kinds of shit. And it just wouldn't work on consoles.
Yeah, that's like saying let's play
if you're not focused in that community, you won't know anything. Like I'm a Diamond 5 right now. I'm trying to get to Diamond 1. So like in the ranking terms, I'm only 15% in the US out of the highest ranks.
Shit.
Right now.
Man, you are like nerd.
You really have to stay focused in the game, and it's constantly changing the meta. Like everything's changing. Like the tank meta is coming out near the end of this month. The mid-season changes. So like I have to sit there and do all the research on the mid-season changes, find out what's going on in that, and then figure out what characters I'm going to play around that.
Pretty interesting. Do you need? Is it really graphics heavy, or is it just?
No, it's not graphics heavy.
Oh,
that's the thing. It's not graphics heavy at all.
So it's like World of Warcraft heavy in terms of visuals.
No. Well, I run mine because the max you can do is 1080p, but I'm running 1080p like 250 frames on mine.
Jesus Christ.
So like it's good. I mean, like I said, Fable Legends, if they would have implemented Fable Legends right, they would have actually had a really great game. Well, they would have had a gym. They didn't want to do it.
They're saying that there is a big rumor going out right now that they're gonna bring Fable 4 out.
Yeah, I seen Rand's video today about that. I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think Fable as a whole is dead. I think what it was, the reason why it canceled out is because time and took a lot of money. And I think Phil Spencer realized that this game, I think to Phil, it's like if something takes longer than 4 years or 5 years, it's a dud. It's almost like
They want like a fast return.
You can't play League on an i3, man, but you're gonna be running like 30 frames, 720p.
You know what it is? It's like look at that fucking game on PlayStation that took 10 years to make. Guardians.
Last Guardian.
Look at it. It took them like 10 years to make that shit, or more, something like that. And it was originally supposed to come out like the PS3.
I think they canceled because even playing the game, it was really demanding for the
PS4. Man. Look at the camera angles on that shit.
I think the game was too demanding for the PS3.
It was too demanding for the PS3. People wanted it so much. The demand came into like basically, I don't know. You know what? I'm
talking about hardware wise. I don't.
If you
not be able to run that game.
If you take too long, it doesn't matter what game it is though. If you take too long to make a game, and fans say, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" and then before 10 years go by, sales are gonna do. It's gonna do shit. Look,
it still did 1 million sales.
It did, but that's not that great.
No, but that's not. No, here's the thing. That's how that franchise normally does.
It's like super niche.
Yeah, you
got a big return though.
Franchise sells well anyway, so people, you shouldn't expect a lot out of that game.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus. That only sold like
a great game. That's a great.
Yeah, but it only sold like 2 million, and the PS2 sold 150 million consoles.
Yeah.
Team Michael don't like the way these. See, a lot of people, what they don't understand about Japanese games, the reason why they are so successful is because they don't invest like a lot of money as compared to others. They make great gameplay without having to put a huge budget. That's why Persona 5 is
in South Korea, right?
South Korea, no.
Okay, I was gonna say, have you ever been to South Korea and some of the Asian areas over there? Like some of their most successful games are because they're really great for interactions. Like they have internet cafes that they go into, so they have to be very low demanding games. Yeah. With the way the internet cafes and everything are set up over there.
Yeah, so like a lot of Japanese developed games is more about the gameplay and not so much the huge big production value.
You know what?
Yeah, they're not about graphics because of that.
Yeah, because of that, they could sell some 100,000 copies and make more money than a AAA game.
That's the reason why
make more profit compared to a AAA game that sold 3 million copies. And
that's also the reason why a lot of Japanese games are what was it called? A lot of Japanese games are more like MOBAs and MMOs, though, is because a lot of most of them play like at internet cafes and stuff like that, and their PCs can't actually run high-end, graphically demanding games.
Yeah, man. What about Blue Dragon? You think they're gonna ever bring back another Blue Dragon?
Nah, not from that studio. I think
not from that studio.
I think that studio's making phone games and shit.
They're making what?
Phone games and shit like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. A lot of developers.
It was a big hit in
Yeah, why did Rez leave? I just noticed he left.
Did he come in here?
Yeah, he came in here and then left.
Oh shit! Maybe he's having trouble. I know he had to come in, hop in an hour a couple of times. Oh shit! Next Gen is here. This motherfucker snuck in.
Yeah, he's been in here for like 2 minutes.
Yo, bot follow. What the fuck? What you doing?
I think he's speaking to his daughter.
He's got his mic muted.
He's hunting skunks and shit. Yo, your mic is muted, you punk.
Next Gen's like, god damn. Yo, Next Gen, what do you think about that Phantom Dust bullshit?
He's mad.
I want to hear his opinion because I didn't watch this.
What's up? Talk to me.
I said, what do you think about that Phantom Dust bullshit?
Gentlemen,
I dropped the video on it. You gotta excuse me. I had a tooth pull. I sound like shit, so I sound like Sylvester from Tweety Bird. I do apologize. I think it's bullshit.
You agree with me that you think it's a money scam? Because I think it's just them scamming for money, bro.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's because what makes it look so bad because you had a studio making a next gen version and you canceled that. Listen, I brought this up. I say about 6-7 months ago when I found the old tweet from Shannon Lofton when she said the original assets. So I was bugging. Oh, next gen, you always bugging. No, there's no way you're gonna put out a game in that. And listen, it's the same fucking game, and it's not for the fans because no one bought the shit back then. You know what I mean? And again, what makes it look so bad? Okay, Sony's gonna be released rapid records. Well, what about Sony? Listen, fuck what Sony's doing. But they had other things in the meantime. You know what I mean? Big AAA games. We haven't had nothing. You know, besides Halo Wars 2.
But here's the thing that really makes it bad for me, man. This is why I say it's a money pit. They're adding microtransactions,
yes, that too.
DLC into the game, and it's a 2003 game.
But what makes it look worse is that the state of Microsoft right now, we're not having that many games releasing, and then we hear about Phantom Dust, bruh.
Yeah,
that's not a good game to fit in that slot.
Look, the practices of Phantom Dust is completely anti-consumer. And that's what people have to understand, that game is nothing but anti-consumer all the way.
They should have did a complete reboot, made it free to play, and that's it, bro. You know what I mean? If they really want to go a microtransaction route, that's being greedy, and it's just wrong, bro.
But see, that's the thing that I don't get. The original Phantom Dust never had microtransactions, so they're tacking that on there just to make a profit. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
No one's buying it, bro. No one's gonna buy that shit.
No one bought it then.
Oh no, there'll be people that pay into it. We might not buy it, but there'll be some idiot that will pay into that bullshit.
I'm not negating that either, but
I know one person that we know that's gonna buy it day one. Is that's fucking Fel Mega. He already said he was buying it. That fucking clown.
I don't know though, yo, Zaire. If
ain't joining the show,
if Microsoft tried to appeal people with Phantom Dust, why don't they just do a complete remake? Because don't you think the gameplay from 2003 is gonna make motherfuckers be like, what the fuck?
Yo, have you seen the gameplay, Puerto Rock?
What's up?
Have you seen the gameplay?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it recently, but I played the game.
I'm talking about the Polygon interview. Have you looked at that? The 19-minute video.
Oh no, I haven't seen that shit. Polygon video with who?
To you, man. That shit is straight trash. Like I seen Next Gen's video, and I seen part of it, and then I went to go. I was like, I'm gonna go check to see what Polygon's actually saying it because I couldn't hear the actual audio from Next Gen's video, so I wanted to hear what they were saying.
Yeah,
when I heard that shit, I got about halfway through the goddamn video before I got pissed off. That's like
I was talking to all day. That would be like trying to reintroduce Dino Crisis from the PS1 without changing and updating it. Like no one's gonna like it now.
We played it already, bro.
Yeah, not only that, the gameplay is outdated. No one's gonna,
Like, when I was watching Next Gen video and he said, I had to pause the video, man. I was laughing so fucking hard. When Next Gen paused the video, when that man said, you know what, actually, this game looks better than it did. It was ahead of its time back then. I was like,
oh, shit.
Everything he was saying, man, was like, it was just straight fucking PR marketing bullshit. Like, he should have just said, look, we made this game specifically so we can make a buck.
Listen, man. It's no need for that shit there. Not kept from a company the size of Microsoft. They should have just gave the company, I think they need like $2 million more or something. And if you want to get new fans to the game, I'm not saying it wasn't a bad game for that year and that time. It's something that might, I guess to fit that genre, the whole Japanese thing, RPG. Cool, I give you that. But you're not going to get more fans involved in this game because the gameplay and art style is so dated. You know what I mean? It's going to leave a nasty taste in people's mouth. And then you got the transactions
and they were trying. You could hear them in the video trying to sell it so bad. They was like, "Oh, the original version, you couldn't even see what the signs were saying and shit like that."
Shut up! Like, hey, you know what? That game. Listen, that game could have been a fucking mobile title, bro.
Yeah, it really could have.
You know what I mean? It really could have, man.
Yeah, I don't go with that, man.
This looks bad on them. Like coming from people that are fans with Microsoft, this right here looks bad. Like to me.
It feels like a slap in the face,
personal opinion. Bro. This looks like this is a money grab.
Zaire, what if the game is free?
No, it's not gonna be free.
It's not gonna be free.
We don't need that. Listen, you got a 4K console coming out, okay?
Yeah.
Power. Yeah, they just like come on. Especially what makes it looks bad is you had a company making a next gen version. You know what I mean? And you cancel that because you didn't want to pay them a little bit more money, but you're gonna put money into this shit here.
And then they couldn't even get the original source code for the game, so they had to sit there. And he said it. They had to sit there and break and crack the game and fucking hack through the game to actually make the fucking version they made right now. Why didn't you just rebuild?
They should have just made it from the ground up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you knew the game didn't have the source,
built it from ground up. After they didn't have the source code, they should have built the game from ground up.
Right. If you seen it when you open that motherfucking file and you seen that source code was in there, bro, that was a wrap right then.
Hey, maybe it's not really 100% canceled. Maybe they did that just to fuck with us.
What?
No. This game's coming out. Like I said, you know what
The new one. I mean, maybe
this
they
game.
still are
This
working
one
on it.
right here is to engage the audience. They want to see if people are actually going to buy this fucking garbage and pay for the fucking pay for the microtransactions. So then they later down the line they can make another Phantom Dust game, a brand new title, and keep the microtransactions in.
So you think the interest is going to be there with an old ass game like this? Okay.
No. What I'm saying is they're engaging. They're just going to see how much money they can make off this, and then they're going to decide from there if they need to make a
you know what, yo? At the end of the day, and not to keep going back, what makes it look so bad is that they cancel, say 2 or 3 high profile games, AAA games, right? And this is your filler. I understand you got the cake and you got the icing. That's the icing, right? Sony's cake was the what do you call it? The Horizon Zero Dawn, even the what's the other one? You got Nier or whatever. Those are the cake, and then the icing might have been Gravity Rush 2 and what's the Yakuza 07. Fine, but you go from Halo Wars 2 to this to Little Vince and to this. That ain't the answer, Sway.
No, it's not.
It's bad for the culture.
Yeah, that shit bad for the culture.
It's not even bad for the culture. It's just straight trash all the way, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's going backwards.
Microsoft has too much money. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's time for them to really take the Xbox brand seriously. Like, come on. Like, I don't know, the type of moves they out there making just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't, man. It's not to have the type of money and stuff that they have, and they out there, motherfucker, just half-assing it. Just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
I don't know. I think Phil's under a budget constraint.
I'm not saying that he doesn't.
I know, but I don't think like they're willing to. I don't know if they're not willing to give it increase bigger. I don't know if he has to prove his point. I don't know if the Scorpio, I don't know if the shareholders
I don't know what it is. I'm telling you right now, this was a cash grab.
Because it's like everybody's saying like Sony's broke, but it's crazy. Like, look what they got in the midst. They got Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit. They pretty much gave Kojima a blank check. They gave Insomniac a blank check. You know what I'm saying? Gran Turismo. You know what I'm saying? 4 marketing deals on the biggest IPs. This fucking thing.
Problem,
yeah. PSVR.
I think
Yo, Rez, tell your ass to get
PS4 is doing
Stop being in the comment section.
I'm just saying Sony's doing all this shit. And you know what I'm saying? And you got Phil talking about maybe he's trying to use Game Pass to help single player development. And I'm like, how the fuck is Sony got like 7 or 8 single player games in development? And Phil's talking about finding ways to get budget for his games. Like, what the fuck? Like, who's doing what here? Like, somebody's not, you know what I'm saying? Someone's looking at things differently. There's no way the richer company can do less than Sony, who's smaller than ever. You know what I'm saying? Because they got rid of a lot of their businesses. They don't make computers anymore. They don't make their own processors anymore. All those buildings that dealt with them, they got rid of them. They barely make anything now, and yet they're doing so much on the PlayStation. Yet with Microsoft, it's like trying to pull teeth. Like it's to the point where we have to do this or that. Like, why don't you just do both?
Yo,
make
here's
the
the
multiplayer games.
crazy shit though, Puerto Rock. They fucking scalebound, but they're willing to work on this garbage.
Yeah,
they
canceled. That's the fucking crazy
when that shit got
bro.
canceled.
They canceled. Yo, I'm down with Scalebound. I believe me. I made my rants. But where I knew shit was going downhill is when they closed down Fable. I'm like, yo, that's like Sony shutting down God of War.
Yeah.
Like that. Like somebody should have been like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Like it's one thing to scrap Fable Legends and then turn to Fable 4. Okay, I get that. But they closed down the studio and the people learned over Twitter. Yeah. Fucking the studio was like, the studio was like, wait a minute. Lionhead Studios was like, wait a minute, we're fucking closed on Twitter.
That motherfucker walked up to the door and threw his coffee on the ground like,
fuck. Yo, what the fuck? Motherfuckers were there in the office looking at Twitter like, hey, you're done. You're like, what? That shit, like at that point, I'm thinking, yo, something's like shifting. I don't know what, but it seems like Phil, like all the single player shit, he's like closing it out. He's like, wrap this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Which is really amusing because he is a single player type of guy, which is really
at the end of the day, he like the numbers.
Yeah, like I said, man, what gets me today when I was listening to that video was what I just said a minute ago. They fucking closed down the Scalebound, canceled that game, and they're willing to work on this bullshit.
I don't know.
That tells you their priorities. They care more about fucking money than they care about the actual gaming itself. Because like Scalebound would have been a great game for them, but they're willing to let this bullshit fucking go right
That
now.
4-player co-op would have been great too.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. If Phil wants to go in a direction where the Xbox division will primarily release service-based multiplayer games, all right, that's cool. Do something different. You don't have to do what Sony do. If you're not really into the single player, attract the fan base that attract Xbox. But here's my problem with that strategy. And I asked these guys, next gen, maybe you can answer this.
Yes.
What big multiplayer game has Microsoft created this gen?
What? Say it again one time. What happened?
Okay, so what I'm saying is this.
Mhm.
So let's say Phil Spencer's strategy is to go with
Okay.
multiplayer service style game.
Okay.
Let's say that's the moneymaker.
Okay.
And single player ain't for that company, which is cool. They
Okay.
don't have to make single player games. They'll do what is best for Xbox.
Okay.
They'll attract the crowd. That's the multiplayer crowd. But here's my question.
Okay.
What big multiplayer service game has Xbox created this gen? What did Division do?
Okay. This gen.
Yeah.
I
know they got Halo.
You know what? Listen, to be fair, and it's no damage control here. And this I like the way they kind of handle Killer Instinct and stuff with the DLC and stuff. But other than that, which is not a big thing, I think we're gonna see that with Crackdown,
State of Decay,
and State of Decay too.
See, next gen, I said the same thing. I said if you want to be fair, the only thing that they did that held water similar to like a Gears or Halo is fucking KI right now.
Yeah.
Nothing else has held that level this gen like that.
Because if that's his strategy, they're gonna have to push big games because they can't survive for Halo and Gears forever. They just they're gonna need big multiplayer. Like I think it's the Bungie curse because Destiny could have been that game for them. That big multiplayer service game.
Yeah, but that was Johnny Matrix that screwed that up.
Why didn't Bungie for Xbox was what Naughty Dog is for Sony. If Naughty Dog goes to Sony and be like, we want to do this, all Sony does goes, here's a blank check, do what the fuck you want. Because that's your golden boy. Bungie was their golden boy. Why did they let him go? If Bungie says we want to do this, Microsoft should have said Donnie D should have said how fast you want to do it. Here's a blank book. Here's my Visa Black card. Just swipe. You're the golden boy.
Here's what I don't get on that project. When Bungie left, they split the team up into two groups. Half of most of them stayed with 343 and formed 343. The other half formed Bungie, and they had to hire new people in Bungie, just like they had to hire new people in 343. Why the fuck didn't they just split the teams up right then and there? Microsoft could have split both teams up, had it under a cell to one giant name under Bungie, and then 343 could have been a separate team just inside to make Halo, and Bungie could have been a separate team to make Destiny.
Yeah, and if they would have done that strategy, Bungie could have been like overseeing 343 a little bit. Like, hey, we're doing Destiny, but hey, what you guys doing there?
Frank O'Connor and Johnny Ross stayed on with Bungie. So, like, and then Jason Stateman was the original writer for the Halo universe. I think I just butchered his name. And then he left and he went and formed Bungie with Destiny. And then when he didn't like the way Activision was fucking with Bungie with Destiny, he left and came back to Microsoft.
Okay.
So, like, if that already went full circle already, then why the fuck didn't they just stay in the beginning? Like, whatever happened in that meeting fucked up, like, Microsoft really bad because they haven't been able to get ground legs since then.
They had a good push with the new Xbox One S. That was doing good for like 4 months. It still is doing good. I mean,
that's hardware.
They put off the gas. We kind of talked about this. I want to say maybe BeastFire or not BeastFire, or I'm sorry, BGST. That to me, in my honest opinion, you're right. At the E3, right, they had the momentum, right? They were firing all cylinders, and they took their foot off the gas. I've been saying this for a minute. Microsoft marketing is not the same as it was last generation.
No, it was not. It's not.
No, whoever that was that marketing last generation. I
still think they have enough time to get their wings back because I feel like the Scorpio is gonna push them into that area where the 360 was in terms of the multiplats, and I feel like they priced that bastard right and not overprice it. And I say $399.
But my
perfect.
multiplats aren't gonna always keep your entire main and especially casual fan base want to go buy a new console. You have to have some form of single player experience or some form of
This is
IP that you can
true.
only get on that console to
This
want
is
to buy
very,
it.
very true. And all I can say is, I have a very good feeling that Phil's going to show us something.
Well, that's what me and
Single
Team Reaper was
players.
talking about today. The reason why he
Like
made his video.
something. You could just tell that guy has something up his sleeves. Like he even says that remember how he says like, oh, look at what's the price for Scorpio? He goes, all I can say is just wait for the game.
Yeah.
But the game
I get that, but like I said, man, he has to show something big because like
I have
like
a
me and
feeling
Team
something's
Reaper
up his
was talking
sleeve.
about, multiplats can't keep your console alive. You have to have some game like a Halo or Gears that gives you identity that warrants people to go buy your new product. If you don't have that, then there's no warrant to buy the new product.
Well, look at this. They're saying that there's a few games that could come back in terms of exclusive, maybe not exclusive, but be on the Xbox and be the better brand. They're saying that they're gonna bring. There's rumor coming back of Splinter Cell coming back.
But Splinter Cell was never a first party IP.
In the beginning, it was.
No, it was
On the OG Xbox. It was.
No,
It came
No,
to
it wasn't.
Yes,
It
you
was
was
never. It
on
was
the PS2.
PS2. Came a year later.
Splinter Cell's on the PS2.
It was on the PS2 and the original OG Xbox. It was never whole first party.
It came a year later.
A year later.
A year later.
In the beginning, it came out as in the OG, and it was good. It was like the first one. I would say the second one. I would say around the third one's when you got the.
Yeah, but it was only a time exclusive. That's what we're trying to get you at, man. It was a time exclusive for Microsoft based off.
It was a while back. It was a while back. I was like probably half the age I am now.
Yo, Next Gen, let me ask you a question. I know because I've been watching your channel for a while and shit like that. You're one of the few Xbox YouTubers I actually watch because your shit is funny. But I know in BGST for like 2 years, you know, when the PSVR and that whole conversation came up saying that Sony may have a problem trying to create IPs or develop studios because they put so much money in hardware.
Yeah.
So it's going to slow down. Do you think that's what happened to Microsoft at this point? Because they put so much money towards Xbox One S and Scorpio, the budget didn't allow them to grow the developers?
No, which is what I heard. And again, and I didn't even notice at the time. Bill has a boss, and not Nadala. I forgot the guy's name, who's really a hard ass. And he basically and I go back to my original thing when I said I would rather see Microsoft stand on their own. And what I mean by that, there was, especially after the Xbox One didn't launch so well, Microsoft's going to sell the Xbox division. Don't remember all that shit there. They're going to spin it off. And I was like, cool, spin it off. Let them stand on themselves. I would like to see Microsoft, the Xbox, the gaming division, is worth probably about $30 billion, give or take. You know what I mean? Let them stand on their own. Cut Redmond their check every 6 months, however they go, and let them, go for what they know. Because, and again, you're right. To me, I don't understand. I understand that Sony, which is a big company, and the only thing they have profitable for them is the PlayStation division. But I don't understand how they're out hustling them. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that again was because, to me, Microsoft don't look at the Xbox division as their cash cow. We all know that's Windows. That's this little extra money like they get from Google every goddamn year for the Android phones. It's just a little extra money in the cushion of the couch. And I think then again, that's the problem, that they don't take the Xbox division seriously. Like Sony, this is all they have. Nothing is all they have, but this is what fucking pays the bills for them. And it's the other way around as far as Microsoft, They make more money off their services than they actually do gaming. Like what I mean by that, they will buy Habit, license up to everybody. They buy all these different things, which has to do with gaming, but they, so for them, and I said before, it's not really about winning, who sells the most hardware. I mean, that's for us fanboys. They want their software on everything. Yeah. And that's how they make their money, at the end of the day. As a fanboy, you might not like it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? They don't care. Fuck you, pay me. No,
it's funny you brought it. All right,
y'all later on.
You'll be good, man. It's funny you brought up how you want Microsoft to spin off Xbox division as its own company so they could focus on a thing. That's what Kaz Hirai did with PlayStation. Believe it or not, people don't know, but when they formed Sony Interactive Entertainment last year, it became a LLC. So they actually manage their own shit. Kaz Hirai, because he used to run Sony. So when he took over Sony all over, he actually turned Sony's division into an LLC, so nobody could fuck with their money.
Mhm.
So that's an interesting point that you said, that maybe Microsoft should do that, spin it off into his own little LLC, so that way Phil can do what the fuck he needs to with his own money that he gets, instead of worrying about this hard ass boss that's always fucking with him. Because it could be true, you know. I remember I was reading articles from like when the OG Xbox first came out and shit like that. There was people, you know, that was part of Microsoft that didn't even give a fuck about that branch. They were like, "What the fuck what's the point of this piece of shit and shit like that?" You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it was welcome with open arms as a culture. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's just weird and shit like that. How companies, that's just a weird thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's
But
just
you
a weird
know,
culture.
I think it'd be to me in a much better place, and that they can make these big deals or gamble.
Yeah.
Microsoft, they're great at business. Sometimes they think they're too good at business. You know what I mean? They just
Yeah, I remember I was watching this like history thing on gaming and shit on YouTube, and like with the motion controls and different IPs, and people have brought a lot of things to Microsoft, man. And back in the day, they would have their nose up and do terrible business, and everybody just walk out on them, bro. All through the years, man. Nobody they act like they're too good, bro. You know what I mean? Just bad business, man.
so,
They have a history of that.
So I don't know, man. I don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying, bro? We'll
But
see,
right
man.
now, like
This ain't the answer, Sway.
yeah, I guess right now though,
Bad for the
and
culture.
not to say all doom and gloom. We all, and we're looking forward to the Scorpio and what she's going. Like I said the other day, I've always said this, that I would rather play a fucking AAA multi-plat than a bullshit exclusive any day. That's from any platform. You know what I mean? I'm not.
I mean,
I'm like,
the multiplats are a lot better now. You know what
oh
I mean?
yeah, well, whatever the case may be, I don't. That's from any company. I didn't buy Voodoo Vince. I'm not saying for those that like to stop
He
my
puts the
me.
C in casual.
All
Yeah,
right,
I don't.
Zaire,
Yeah,
what this year in 2017? What is the most favorite multiplat that you want to play? And
Star Wars Battlefront too.
me too, man. I'm about to play Battlefront right now on the Fighter Squadron.
In 4K 60.
Whatever it is,
It could be 60 frames.
It probably could be. It could be.
there's always going to be
Absolutely.
60 because the engine is what it's made for. No,
Yeah, I mean,
resolution
it's
we don't know.
design.
It'll be 60 the frame rate, but we don't know about the
Yeah.
resolution. But again, I say this like far as their I should say their exclusive. What piques me most from Microsoft this year is probably State of Decay 2. I want to see what that's about.
4-player co-op, man.
That looks dope.
That's big.
Yeah.
That looks dope.
And this is finally a game that's like originally started as an indie title, but now latched off to becoming a brand and becoming known, which is great.
Ain't it interesting that Microsoft put money into that game for a
Yeah.
sequel? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and they let an indie company
Yeah.
spread their wings, which is I can't wait to see what
It's
they're
kind
going
of
to do.
crazy how they put money in the
beyond
State of Decay, but couldn't
you know?
couldn't give us a remastered reboot of fucking Phantom Dust. Cool.
Oh shit! You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
That's crazy.
Mine
So
is
State of
right
Decay must have been State of Decay must have been really successful as an arcade title then.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I feel this year at E3, Microsoft has to come out with, some good explanations for the games that got crossed out of our list. Scalebound was a game I really was like, oh, 4-player co-op, we can ride fucking dragons. This is gonna be fucking sick, but that didn't happen. So,
Yeah.
oh well, but I have a feeling they can do it. I have faith. It's any company. It doesn't matter if it was Nintendo, Sony. Even though Nintendo's not going to be at the E3 press conference, which is so shitty. Again,
The what? Oh, Nintendo?
I can't believe that they have a Switch. You're not going to
Yeah.
be. That's just.
Yeah, they're not going back. They're never gonna do a
These
regular.
guys are fucking
Hey, I'm
assholes.
gonna tell you the truth right now. How about let's talk about this? Is E3 even relevant? Let's really
For
put
Nintendo,
that.
probably not.
No.
They don't care.
No, as a whole, like E3, like people spent. I mean, this is an old-fashioned way of promoting and talking to investors about games. I mean, we're in 2017, bro. E3 doesn't need to exist. It should be. It can exist if it's like a fan thing where you can play games and chill, all that.
Well,
but
look
as
at Comic-Con.
business-
Look at Comic-Con
Well,
San
yeah,
Diego. If that didn't
well,
exist, how would people know about the good movies? or good,
Well,
or
I
even
mean,
good comics.
think
Or in
about it.
general,
E3 by opening up to the public now, that's what they're kind of convert to is like a Comic-Con thing for games. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Look, Bethesda, what is out of it? Who's else
no,
out of it?
Bethesda's gonna be
Oh
Bethesda's
no,
gonna be there.
EA hasn't been there. Activision Blizzard hasn't been there.
EA's
Who
having
else?
their own press conference on Saturday.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't need E3. No company needs E3 anymore. You can post a trailer online, and people be fine with that. You can have a
This
direct, like a
this
Nintendo
is
Direct type of thing.
this is
You know,
true. This is
you
true,
don't need E3
but
anymore.
people still at the end of the day want to still play those games. They
I would
still
say this.
Oh yeah.
people still
As
want
long
to
as
have figures and see how like reviewers and like media still want to get their hands on this shit so they can tell the public like this is what we played, this is how it is.
But then you got to realize too, a lot of these YouTubers and journalists, they get flown out on the daily basis to play these games behind closed doors
Absolutely.
to cover it. So I mean, I just think E3 is turning into more of a fan thing than actual.
You know what? It has always been like that, though. It's always the fan base has always been there. It originally, remember how I don't know if you guys remember way back a couple, maybe I would say like 7-8 years ago, E3 was gone. Like they put it somewhere else. It wasn't even in LA. I think it was somewhere in like I don't even know where the hell it was. But
Remember, that's the year. That's the year it was going to get canceled, but they still
that was they were like, oh, we don't need it
Yeah.
anymore. We're gonna cancel it. And people are like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Bring that shit back. And then they brought it back, and it's like I think E3 has been great every single year.
No, well, I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying that I think eventually you'll see it transform into something else. It's
I
not
feel
going
like
to be.
not having E3 is like not having CES every single year when you want to know what the new technology is going to be like and what they're going to have in Samsung TVs and Sony TVs and LG OLED TV. So you want to see all those branches of all those companies come together as one, and that's including like you want to see Nintendo, you want to see Sony, you want to see some people from the PC companies come together. It's like it's the Rolls Royce. It's the Oscars. E3 is the Oscars for gaming. It's like taking away the Oscars for movies. That'll never happen.
Here's one thing though, and next gen will definitely agree with me. If Nintendo's not coming to E3, but whatever they do show, they gotta show more than one game, bro. Because that shit was ridiculous last year. They came to E3 with one fucking game.
Wasn't it Star Fox?
No,
One
it was
game.
Zelda. It was Zelda.
One game. Yo, if Sony and Microsoft did that shit, yo, it would be a disaster. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be the most disaster. Imagine if fucking Microsoft or Sony comes to E3 with one game this year.
That's a bullet in the head.
Yo, so they want to do this treehouse shit, fine, but they gotta show fucking lots of games.
Here's the thing I actually would like to see from all companies. If you want to talk about E3 opinions, I think from Sony, what I truthfully want to see, and it might not happen, but I want to see a demo of God of War 4 again and a date. I want to see Days Gone, another demo, and a date. Spider-Man, a full demo, and then maybe if you don't come out with it this year, maybe like a winter or spring, maybe winter date for that in 2018 of first quarter. But I want to see dates. I'm sick and tired of just seeing beautiful demos and then it's like, but I don't want to wait anymore. Like Last of Us 2, I know that's not going to come out this year, but at least show us a demo or try to show us some cool little 5-minute clip, something.
Yeah.
If you don't show us nothing and you just like I'm sick of Sony just fan basing off their momentum of what they have and then having us wait 2 to 3 years and then look at now you already got these motherfuckers talking about PS5. It's like give us something to like enjoy. Like it took us 2.5 years to get Uncharted 4 and we got that, but I feel like Uncharted 4 it was good, but it could have been better. You know, visually it was fun. I feel like every time you just climbing this and jumping this and climbing, nothing. It didn't feel different as 1, 2, and 3 of Uncharted. Whereas The Last of Us, I just got into The Last of Us. I feel like The Last of Us is actually better than Uncharted 4, to be honest with you.
Here's the thing, though. The reason why Sony announces these games like 2 years ahead of time and the formula works is because of the conversation.
They want their fans. They want fan base.
You have to advertise these games. You know,
it's perfect idea, but it's
it may be annoying to see people, but the strategy works. Like
it does work.
I mean, look at Crackdown. Microsoft don't really talk about it, and that game was announced in 2014, and we haven't even seen a commercial.
We haven't
On that
seen
fucking
shit. We haven't seen
And it's been
nothing.
about 3 years.
But the
They
people
should-
who played that game should know how this one's gonna be. Like I played 1 and 2.
There
So
should be commercials on this game now.
there should be something.
Like right now. Even if it comes out, let's say January 2018, they need to talk about it now. Because if you don't
Well, you know
talk
what?
about it,
Crap
You're not
Gamer
gonna
was
get
talking
stuff.
about. Crap Gamer was definitely. I agree with him on this. He was saying that there for sure will probably just be an open beta for the Xbox users for Crackdown to utilize the engine and see what it is like. I feel like.
but that's not
That's
advertisement.
possible.
Man. Advertisement
In a
is
way, it is. A beta is advertisement because you want to see how your
Nah,
game
it's not
runs.
enough, man.
It is
Advertisement.
not enough, though.
I mean, advertisement means sitting down watching the Flash, and then boom, Crackdown commercial, and you'd be like, "Oh shit," because that helps you sell your console. Yo, like about a week ago, I was catching up on the Flash because I wasn't watching it while I was away in Virginia and shit, and I was fucking hating it watching on the CW app because you're forced to watch the commercials. Yo, every other fucking commercial was a PlayStation thing. Not even that shit.
Why don't you watch that on Netflix?
Every commercial for that is the
Netflix?
freaking AT&T concept.
Why don't you Netflix the Flash?
No, because they don't have the new episodes. They only have last.
Oh yeah. I never seen the Flash. I have so much
season.
shit to watch.
It's an awesome fucking.
I'm watching Better Call Saul. I think that shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
But that shit's, was annoying. I'm like, yo, there's a fucking. But every other commercial was fucking a PlayStation game commercial.
You know what it
So
is?
Horizon
Because
Zero
Sony
Dawn, Spider-Man.
has the marketing
Got
rights.
it.
They know they have the 60 million sales, and they know that like, okay, we got the threshold that what 360 was.
Yeah.
And that's where they're taking the momentum. You know that they got us by the balls.
Well, why would
Literally.
Microsoft do that to their shit? Like show a commercial with Sea of Thieves, Crackdown.
Because people feel like it's too late, and I don't think it's too late. We're only 3 years, maybe 6 months into this 8th generation console cycle. That's not that much when you really look at it. That's like in between. We're in the middle of this bitch right now.
I'm just saying to advertise their own product.
I agree with you. They should advertise. I remember how you used to see like 360 games on a bus, or you used to see like marketing on like. I mean, you live in New York City. You live in Brooklyn, so you know. Like I live in Yonkers, so we used to see tons of this shit. Literally, like tons of advertising. You turn the TV on the news would be talking about Xbox. They'd be talking about their new control. Now all you hear is PlayStation. You see a PlayStation this, PlayStation that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's smart fucking branding. Mm-hmm. It's really smart. I mean, look at how they bundled Uncharted 4 with the PS4.
And dropped the price. Yeah, $250.
And then dropped $250. I mean, come on. It got 8 million, almost 9 million people having that game just by bundling that bitch with it. That's a smart idea. If anything, that's what Microsoft needs to do. Like them selling Battlefield with the Xbox One's S, that's a fucking genius idea. Yeah. We need to see more of those. Like we need to see a Crackdown 3 bundle. Yes. Like that needs to happen. If they don't do that shit, that's not going to be good. I would like to see a Scorpio bundled with like Crackdown 3, or even State of Decay 2 would be nice. If they package State of Decay 2 in a bundle for Xbox One S. Yeah. For like $299 for like a 1 terabyte, that'll be fucking brilliant. That's gonna sell beyond. Like if they don't do these bundles properly, that's another way of marketing. You know what else would be good to market? You many times you watch the news and you see the Microsoft Cloud, the Microsoft Cloud, the Microsoft Cloud. Why can't these news companies actually start showing Xbox One games? I mean, they show the Microsoft Cloud. Like they have a lot to do with the Microsoft Cloud. Why can't they advertise their games for them? That's another good reason. It's
all right. Much. We've been here for a minute. We're about to close it out.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to K Mega for taking that L without
K Mega fucking hiding. He's scared. Once he saw the
post, scared. He was running away, coward.
Oh yeah, word is born. K Mega do that. Oh man,
he got scared. I even texted him, yo, you need to defend your brand. You know what I'm saying? Right. He got scared. He didn't want to come in the stable. He didn't want to play with the
Hey, he posted a PS5 video right now. That's what he's doing.
And he saw them. He saw all them horses pushing them Porsches. You know what I'm saying?
I posted a PS5 thoughts video. I don't think that shit's out. I wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, you know what? I gotta get my word in this because the media is acting like this is the day of fucking reckoning. Like Literally, I don't think people understand. Like, you bring out PS5 in 2018, you just moved the whole generation to ninth generation. This is a big deal. Like, now you're forcing everyone to switch over, and the fact that people think that this thing could play PS4 games, I don't think it will.
Right.
I don't think it will. You know why? The fucking PS4 can't even play PS3 games. You have to install them or
that's different.
download them.
So that's only because of the sole processor. It's two different.
But look
Is
at
it-
the Xbox. Look at the Xbox.
They
Look
can
at
do
the
it,
360.
yeah.
Look at the
But-
360s.
Yeah, but no.
Hear me out though. Look at the 360 games. Those are on a 25 gigabyte CD-ROM disc.
No, but it's not the disc. It's the architecture.
No,
So the architecture is completely different.
You got to realize there's a lot of overhead. No, Smoke. These
It's
consoles are much
money,
more
bro.
powerful.
It's money. They want the fucking money, and they spent
they can have,
$350 million on Geica.
Listen,
That
let me tell you something.
stupid streaming
If you
service.
can have emulators and then play PS3 games on your PC, they can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
they
more
can
than powerful.
absolutely
It's more
do
than
it.
powerful to do it. But
Wait.
why would they give you free backwards completely if they have a service again? PS Now.
Probably. That's true.
That's not going to happen.
Well, they could have always made the service be like, well, you know what? We switched the idea of streaming shit. Instead, we made that service into an ability for you to take your disc, pop that bitch in there, and install it. And that's what it is. It's free for you guys to use. They could have switched it all to doing that instead of making a streaming service. They could have made those service like a server to be able to make a fucking emulator. That's it, and make you be able to install your disc. They could have easily done that, but they didn't. They wanted to charge people for streaming games. That's stupid to me. I feel like that's not what people want. The fact that I can take a 360 disc, put Red Dead Redemption 1 in there, install the driver, and just play and enjoy. That's fucking brilliant to me. That's a big deal for a lot of users.
You know what's funny? You know the thing that changed the landscape, and maybe Sony got this bad idea from, because the PS3 when it first came out, that shit was 100% backwards compatible with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, you could do it all because it had the PS2 hardware in it. But to get the price down, when they created the Slim, they removed the hardware, so you couldn't play PS2 and PS1 games, right?
It would have cost them a shit ton of money for that.
Yeah,
Too.
so you couldn't do it no more, right? And the console sold more. You know what I'm saying? So Sony's probably like, you know what? These motherfuckers don't want this shit.
People were made. They were ready to move from that generation and make it like people. We've grown up in the PlayStation era, so we've seen beautiful games on that. We've played them to death. It's like, and like Nick Jen would say, even back in the day, I don't buy a next generation console to always play old backwards compatible games. I play them to play next generation games.
Good point.
Like you still make a good fact about that, Zaire. It's still true to this day. So the fact is that that's what people need to really understand of what you really buy a next generation console for, and it's nice to have.
There's no point in buying.
This is
There's no
TV
point.
2.0.
Yeah. There's no point in buying a Xbox One if all you're gonna do is play 360 titles. If you're gonna do that, please stay on fucking 360.
Yeah,
I beg you.
I beg
Please
you too.
stay on fucking 360 if you're just going to buy an Xbox One to buy 360. That's just stupid. Don't do that.
It literally like that. No one buys I'm not buying a PS4. I don't own a PS4 Pro to play to stream my games on backwards compatible. I don't even have a PlayStation Network account. I have an account, but I don't have a Plus membership. I don't do that because I literally enjoy Xbox Live and I don't feel like paying for two services, to be honest with you. But it's choice. But I feel like the choices should always be there if they can 100%.
Well, Microsoft has no problem with this choice because this choice is getting them a lot of fans, and fans love the fact that they can play their old 360 titles.
It's a smart move.
It's a smart move, but like at the same time, you play on the old 360 servers, like you go right into lag. You go right into people hacking the servers. It reminds you why you don't want to play on 360 servers. It reminds you exactly why.
It's different now compared to the Xbox One and their servers. They're more dedicated to when it was back in the day. But I don't know. I feel like Microsoft and Sony are moving in the right directions in certain areas. But I feel like both can still do more. And they both offer amazing abilities in terms of diversity of gaming.
Let me ask you a question before we get done. I know you're going to be about
All
to
right.
go. Let me ask you a question before we go.
What's up?
What do you listen? I don't. What Nintendo not E3? What are your thoughts? I got to get this one. I got to drop this. What are your thoughts?
Okay, 9-3, man. I already knew they weren't gonna do it because they do that treehouse bullshit. As I was saying before, as long as they come with more than one game, because we talked about this before, that was bullshit. That they had the balls to come to E3 with just one game. Like like you said, if Sony and Microsoft did that shit, oh man, they'll be
People
all
would
hell.
leave. People would leave the press
So
conference.
I mean, if they want to stick with this digital presentation, you just gotta push content. And you gotta explain how you're working with third party to have content. You may not get the same third party the Xbox and the PlayStation's getting, but if they're creating good games specifically for your platform, then it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do that shit.
Yeah, that's one thing I would kind of. And then like you released the console in March, and I guess the sales are selling pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have a live show. It speaks to me that they must not have any Western type games to show Western, like, you know what I mean, which I think is crazy as hell. But I get paid as a Nintendo hater, but I don't know.
I feel like this. What was really it's a disappointment not having them be at E3. It's almost like they don't want to cater to the hardcore fanboys of Nintendo, and they would rather just sit on the sidelines and watch to see what the two other companies are doing. But I feel like if they're doing so successful with the 3DS and just the 2DS successfully, I think they could do a good job with the Switch. But it does matter to me. I think people just don't want to see Mario games anymore. They want to see something new. Like, look at Splatoon. Believe it or not, that game actually does really well. And even though Splatoon 2 is coming out and it's almost the same like Splatoon 1,
Yeah.
it's still gonna sell fucking great.
No, you know what? I want to say this, which I really don't understand. At the start of this generation, right? And we can close the show. At the start of this generation, you get Nintendo guys saying we don't buy a new console to play remastered and remake games. Nintendo doesn't do that, and their two biggest games is fucking Mario Kart and Zelda. Both I can play on the Wii U. So again, I don't see that's the bullshit right there. I just
cater to the old fans. They literally been doing that since I was in diapers, and probably since you were a kid too.
Yeah,
literally. Nintendo has known to be a market where they took a plumber and a peach and literally did like damage and making something cool. Like, I feel like every time you play a Mario game, is it different? Yes, it's different, but the premise is the same. Like Zelda, the whole goal of Zelda is just to save Zelda. That's it. Same thing with Mario games, save Peach. But I feel like if you look into their other games, like look at Splatoon, who would ever think a game like that would actually be successful in the online aspect of it? But it's also look at Mario Kart. I played the original Mario Kart on the N64, Mario Kart 64. To me, that's like the best Mario Kart, no matter what anyone says to me. This one looks cool too. If I had a Switch, I probably would buy it. But it's not. I don't know. It's just not. There's no you get what you pay for when it comes to Nintendo. But I feel like the person who still makes the good multiplayer online experiences is still Microsoft. I still come back and play these games online and still enjoy myself thoroughly when it's all said and done. Even like the third party games too. I feel like the third party games is what's selling on PS4 and the Xbox.
But third party Sony always do good, especially now that they gone multi-platform. They just have a bigger spread of use base between Xbox.
It's smart. I mean, it's. I wouldn't.
Good strategy for them.
I wouldn't. To be honest with you, let's give an example. Let's say if Ghost Recon was only on PlayStation, and it was really heavily on the online build. I don't think I would actually buy that game only for PlayStation, because I feel like, first of all, why do I want to go out and spend another $50-$60 a year for online when I already got online? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then second of all, it's that game was designed for open world ability. That's something you would want to play. My guess is on a PC or even an Xbox. It's best that game is multi-plat. and on all consoles. But like at the end of the day, it also claims to people who still like their personal choice of console too. So it just comes down to personal choice at the end of the day as well. Same thing with Nintendo guys. They'll still say their best game is Mario when we've been playing Mario for what 30, 40 years. I mean, fuck Mario seems outplayed, but tell that to the hardcore Nintendo fan, they'll be like, no, it's not. It's still great. But you've been there, you've done it, you played it.
It's still a big IP though.
Oh, it is. It's a multi. I truthfully feel that the Mario in general, he is probably worth $15 to $20 billion easily.
All I know is me and next year are in trouble if the fucking Switch also Xbox and PS4 in November.
I tell you right now, if
us two ragged on that console, bro, we in trouble in
let me
November.
tell you something. If the Switch has good games, if they have that Mario Odyssey game, I'll buy that fucking
shit, bro.
That game brought me back to like the N64 days. Like
I'm not paying $300 for no Mario. I am a mature gamer.
Productive citizen. Yo, Zay, we gotta come up with some good battle strategies because November, boy.
Man, I'm like my old days when I was out there selling that DX12 in them back alleys. You know,
Did you
we are alone in November. Even K Mega's gonna go after us. I'm like, oh shit.
Do you guys think that we're gonna definitely get a new Splinter Cell this year?
Yep. I think we're gonna see it. If not, they're gonna at least show that in the new Assassin's Creed.
That'll definitely happen. You think? What about the Crapper's talking about that we're not gonna get any videos of the new Tomb Raider?
No, they're not going to show that at the E3. But
do you think it'll be still timed? I don't think it'll be timed.
Nah, it's not going to come out this year. No, I don't think so.
It's going to be timed anymore. I think timed exclusives are done.
Yeah, it's going to be real hard to push time exclusives on any platform.
You know what it is? It's like it wasn't needed.
Big AAAs anyway.
I do, however, like it or not. I mean, some of the hardcore Sony fans or even PC fans, I really do feel like this Scorpio will do 4K native gaming.
Oh, it will. I'm sure it will. It just like yo, I know some people are talking about. I'm impressed at the fact that if it does 4K native, even on high settings, I'm fucking impressed.
On 6, if it does 4K 30,
I'm impressed with 4K 30. I mean, it's because it's at the most it's gonna be 500 at the most, and for $500, that shit's. I mean, hell, the console we got now barely do 1080p. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So to go with that big of a jump, I'm impressed with the way. I'm not a big fucking advocate that if it doesn't do 4K 60 Ultra on every single thing, I'm not like that.
However, I would like for the shooters. Like I like Call of Duty, the next Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I would like those games to be at their best resolution and their best frame rates because it's shooters. You know what I mean? And I feel like if racing games can do it, I feel like shooters, we're at the ability where shooters are always at 60 frames per second. I feel like why can't the resolution be like that? You know,
I'm just not getting it because I'm a cheap bastard.
Dude, here's the thing. A lot of people think this is going to be $399. I feel like Microsoft's going to come around and really hit the price point great. I don't think it's going to be $500. I really feel like it's going to be like $399. And I even feel like possibly this won't happen, but I feel like what if it's $349?
I think it's gonna be
just to say if it's $349, you're gonna see motherfuckers do backflips in this bitch.
I think it's gonna be $499 for the simple fact that look at the Pro. The Pro barely has any upgrades, and that shit was $400, and it barely has anything in it when you think about it. For a mid-gen upgrade, it doesn't have this DX12 hardware installed.
The chip and the 11.
The Jaguar is nowhere near as customized.
No.
The GPU is customized. It's still stuck with 8 gigs. Microsoft put in 12 gigs.
Yeah.
Microsoft put in a lot of stuff in it. And here's another thing. In order for this to be $399, that means at the most they could manufacture this box for $398. True. I don't see this manufactured for just $398.
You know what it is?
$450, $475. and they make maybe $20, $25 per console
It's
unit.
kind of rare
Maybe
though.
even
You
break
see that.
even.
It's kind of rare you see a 50 of well for something that comes like a new console comes out for 449 or 450. You know, like they don't like to see odd numbers to some
They're
people.
gonna keep it even. It's gonna be
Yeah, either 399 or 500.
But I think Microsoft's comfortable with it because you still got the Xbox One S.
I think here's the thing. I think
That's the affordable Xbox console.
that's true. I feel like this. If the Xbox Scorpio comes out and it's $399,
It would do a lot better.
they're gonna sell that shit. Fucking
I
crazy.
think it'll do better.
Yeah, it's gonna obliterate they're gonna reach. I feel like at the end of the 8th generation market, I feel like both companies will lead together in terms of selling the best individually. Sony might sell a little bit. Maybe I'd say 8 to 5 million systems more at the end of this 8th generation.
Like, well, why?
Because of their exclusives. Because
Nah, dog, that shit's over with. Sony has like a 30 million lead. Microsoft ain't
you'd be surprised though. You really be surprised.
30 million lead? That's done. That lead is done. Microsoft, there's countries they don't even sell an Xbox.
Yeah,
It doesn't even exist.
Not worldwide.
Yeah,
Who knows, man?
Maybe in the States, 30 million. In order for Microsoft to, let's say, close a
Yeah.
30 million gap. Yo, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Yeah, let me put it this way.
The other
Sony-
third world countries need internet.
Let me put it this way. Sony could stop selling consoles right now, like sell nothing. It's gonna take Microsoft like 4 years just to tie. Selling nothing, not even one PlayStation from this point out. 30 million lead? Oh shit.
What if it? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, what if it is actually done?
It has to be 3-1 at a minimum. Even at a 3-1 console, so worldwide, which you can't, because where would the Xbox be sold to outsell a PlayStation 3-1? Like I said, there's places Xbox don't even exist.
True.
There's places where you could buy PlayStation and the Xbox is not even on the shelf, so that's an automatic.
Well, the reason why this is still in Japan is because they like their own fucking games. They're very strict to Sony, and they like PlayStation.
But in Europe too, there's places Europe don't have Xbox.
True, but there's a lot of people in Europe who really want the Scorpio.
Yeah, but think about how many people are going to import a console versus just going to a store and buying a game off the
I don't know,
shelf.
it's a very interesting topic, though. It's a very, very interesting topic.
But 30 million sales gap, that shit's it literally has to be like 3-1.
No, we said the same thing about iPhones. We said remember how iPhones was in the lead, and then now look at the it's like I think they're neck to neck. Is that the Samsung phones?
Well,
Those Samsung phones are selling like fucking hotcakes next to iPhone.
I'll put it this way: there's no console. I mean, even Sony had barely trouble catching up, and Xbox only had a 8 million lead over Sony, and that was just 8 million. Look how long
was that? We're talking the 360, the PS3 lead.
The PS3, and that was just an 8 million lead, and that shit took Sony a lot to catch up.
That took them a lot because it was still like that didn't get a price drop to $399 until like 3 years after the fact.
Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna get off because we're time to eat and shit. But anyway, man, it's good rocking out. Man, thank the Godfather for stopping by.
Yo.
What we doing next? What we doing? Doing some shit next? You have like 50 minute podcasts. I don't know what you're doing.
Shut up. BX, I'm about to live stream in a minute.
Oh shit, that Beam. Yo, 800 subscribers already on Beam?
Yeah, man, it's a blessing.
Oh, bro.
Listen, I might be taking my talents back to Twitch. Microsoft gotta get their money right, get their paper right, and their money right. I might be going back to Twitch, but yeah.
Okay, but that's good shit though. You
appreciate it, man. Shout out to the people.
I gotta do that broadband bullying shit and fuck you up in Street Fighter sometime.
Bring it, son. Bring it.
Oh, let's go.
I'll be bugging with that shit, right?
Let's go. Let's go.
I believe I am fighting Mooch this Friday in Mortal Kombat with the nigga Be Cool stick, so look out for that.
When is that happening?
I think it's Friday.
Okay. Oh, so you
tomorrow,
fight Mooch?
I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. The nigga Be Cool stick. So,
all right, people. Anyway, thanks for rocking out with us. You know, the Ponies took over the multiplayer podcast, even though I'm the only pony here. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Tune in next week, and you know, BGST Sunday, and there's a fucking Xbox podcast every fucking day. You know, just go watch what you like and shit. But catch my show, 60 Frames No Lag, every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Cutting it up. I'll probably get the Godfather on next week and shit.
We can make it happen.
We cut some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, peace.
We out here.
Peace.
Bang.
Peace. Bang bang.
Bacon, 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 bacon.